Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We are a nation in decline.
Experts are preparing for what is known as Disease X, or the next pandemic.
What we are seeing is a revolution against the system.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rise and Grind with VinceTagliavia. It's January 2nd, 2024. I'm live with you every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time to discuss the news and events of the world, just to stay on top of things. And that's pretty much it. We get together in the morning, we review the news, and we move on with our days. So welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining this morning. Today's Friday. It's a special day. That means we're getting into the weekend. I hope you all have some plans and are doing well out there and are staying healthy and staying busy. That's what I wanted to start with today. Is somebody on Twitter, Lolo, asked, how do you stay happy? And it's a great question. And so I want to pose the question to you all. How do you stay happy? If you're in the live chat, let me know. And here's what I think about this. I think that nobody's happy all the time. I think that's obvious. I think highs and lows come, and that's just a natural way of things. But we all want to be happier at times, especially when you're not happy. Are you like, oh my gosh, how am I going to be happy? Why can't I find motivation? Oh my, I just want to stay in bed, or I just want to drink booze, or I want to, whatever your crutch is. People, we fall into these tailspins of negativity and maybe even depression at times, especially when things are so wild as they are today in what we call Wonderland. And so this is what I do, and I'm relatively happy most of the time. But to do that and maintain that, I stay busy, and staying busy is hard, especially if you aren't happy or you are in this depression. But staying busy and staying motivated doesn't mean you are happy. Right? It just means that you do things regardless of if you are upbeat and chipper and ready to go and hopping out of bed and starting running, or if you're just like, I have to do this, I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to push myself to do it. That's motivation right there. And so staying busy and staying healthy are probably my number two things. You give your body what it needs to feel happy and be healthy. You're going to have, I think my theory is you'll have more energy to be happy instead of spending energy on just your body struggling to have what it needs. So staying busy, staying healthy. Busy includes work. It includes chores. It includes projects. It also includes exercise and staying busy in that regard, moving your body, going for a walk every day and doing some resistance training and exercise. Any little thing goes a long way. Even a simple slow walk will work wonders on the body, get everything flowing. So just saying that. What do you guys do to stay happy? I saw a video yesterday of a guy who says, this is what I get to see every time I come home from work. And this is what keeps him going. Every day when he comes home from work, he hits his garage door opener and his kids hear his garage open, his daughter, and she runs out to the garage door and she greets her dad. And he's like, this is what keeps me going. That's what makes him happy, regardless of whatever's going on. So whatever it is for you, let me know what makes you happy. What keeps you pushing? Right? Maybe it's family, friends, career, projects. Do you agree? Stay busy, stay healthy. That's what works for me right now. And I'm sticking to it. Good morning, Quiet Toad 11 and Chris Large tuning in live. Oh, glad you made it, Chris. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well. And thank you, Lisa, for the donation. What's up? And hey, Roxy says that my grandkids make me happy. They give me something to live for. We must have the trajectory of this world, leave them. We must change the trajectory of this world and leave them a better world. Remember, a boring life is a blessing. It means you don't have the problems of everyone else. A boring life is a stable life. I love that idea of a boring life. And oftentimes people are like, Vince, what are you doing this Friday night? And I'm like, it's going to be a magnificent night. Here's what I'm doing. Nothing. There's nothing better than just sitting with a nice hot cup of tea and relaxing, I tell you. And yeah, it is a blessing and it is boring. But, you know, if you stay busy, those quiet moments of just nothingness are just wonderful. And so, yeah, I like that. If you're bored, that's a good thing. That's so funny. Healthy and survival mode, Lisa says. Nothing is amazing. Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get into the news, folks. It is another day here, February 2nd. As I said, what the heck is going on? We're going to start with finance here. The markets are green, 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 green. The Dow did open up in the red, but now it just went green. The S&P 500 is green, up 0.82%. Oil's down a bit, $71.96, down 2.52%. Gold is at $2,051.80. That's taken a fast dip down almost 1%. Silver is down 2.37%. As we say, a big, fast, steady shot down here. $22.68. We say silver's on sale. So if you like those metals, today the price is lower. You could save a buck. Just saying. Bitcoin here is 43,183. We go through these prices. I like to see where they're at day to day. Whoops. And I hope you do too. I know a lot of us have investments and 401ks and these kinds of things and diversify our investments. Let's take a look at Tesla. I don't know if any of you have Tesla stock, but it's good to keep our eye on it. They've just been going down, down, down. But again, like I like to say, it's just been on sale. Right now, it's $183 and down 3% today. Holy moly. And this is definitely reaching kind of a low point. I don't imagine it goes too much lower, but who knows? I mean, in December, it was down to 123. Right now, it's 183. So if it zips past this 164 level, it could just go visit that 123 level. Tesla's not been performing too well. And I think that's because Elon Musk is a target. They don't want him to succeed. No, no, no. In other news, Meta, aka Facebook, is up over 20% today. Can you believe that? Facebook's over 20% today. We got job reports today. Huge job numbers in the U.S. They say the U.S. added 353,000 jobs in January versus the 187,000 jobs expected. Thanks to Genevieve Rockdechter here, laying it all out in a simple tweet that even somebody like Joe Biden could understand. This is great for people like me who just sometimes laying it out simply is just, it works wonders. So thank you, Genevieve Rockdechter, at GR Dechter on X. She writes, plus the December job report number was revised up to 333,000 from 216,000. This breaks a 10-month trend downward in revisions. I'm calling it, she's calling it, no rate cut in March and not 6 rate cuts this year. Probably 3. They will all be Q4 2024. So a little prediction there. Interesting. We'll see. Thank you, Genevieve, for that insight there and opinion and some facts with the jobs numbers. We'll see if that's revised. But man, the market's just woo, everything's great. Look at all these jobs. Wait, why don't I have a job? I don't know. It's probably nothing. Just kidding. Wall Street Silver posted this analysis. He says, here's a thread from EJ Antony explaining why the real unemployment number is much higher than the government data is portraying. It's worth reading. Let's take a quick look at this. They manipulate data manipulation. I tell you, we got to be careful with that data. It's misleading. It can be manipulated in all kinds of ways, whether it's economic data, political data, or climate data. It's all very misleading. Or health data, all the data. We need to be very careful, especially the climate data. They're like, we looked at the tree rings and we have this data and it's very accurate and it tells us everything we need to know about weather over the last 500,000 years. Here's what you need to know that the talking heads and government statisticians won't tell you, including why the real unemployment rate is between 6.3% and 7.4%. First, the headlines. Non-farm payrolls rose 353,000 last month. Unemployment rate steady at 3.7%, more than last year. More on that later. Sorry. Note the updates to the BLS data, making it difficult to compare January 24 to prior months. So this monthly change needs an important qualifier. In brief, things once again look good because prior periods were revised down, and the new seasonal adjustments and other changes reduced the number of payrolls in every month last year except December. Cumulative monthly differences is minus 1.3 million, with average monthly difference minus 126,000. So do we have more jobs or not? Depends on which survey you look at. Establishment survey, which allows for double counting, continues rising, while household survey declines. There is an unprecedented gap between the two right now. That's a red flag. Depends what data you're looking at, huh? Yikes. Imagine that. Another important divergence is part-time versus full-time. I've heard this. Even after adjusting for seasonal changes, which are huge in January, economies still lost full-time jobs and only gained part-time jobs. Don't specify that. Just look at the, we need the good fake news headlines. Come on. We want to pump the market. Right? My goodness. Anyway, let's just, real EJ Anthony on Twitter has the deets on that if you want to follow him. EJ Anthony PhD. I'll retweet this in case you want to find it that way. You could follow me on x.com and find a lot of these things I talk about. Jennifer says gratitude keeps her happy. Gratitude. That's a good one. That's a good one, Jen. Onward. Let's see. Meta laid off 11,000 employees to save $1.4 billion a year so it could do a $50 billion share buyback. Meanwhile, their stock is up over 20% today. I think they just announced a 50-cent, what do they call it? Meta 50 cent. What do they call that where they pay you per share if you buy their stock? A dividend. I think Meta announced a dividend. Let's see. Meta dividend after this huge layoff. Yeah, Meta stock surges. Investors are loving its first ever dividend. My gosh. It's like, yeah, so we fired thousands of employees, but hey, we have a dividend. Buy our stock, everybody. Buy it. Come on. And they are. Man, are people buying it? Onward. Thousands of shipments of new Ford trucks have been canceled at Dearborn, Michigan, and Clacamo, Missouri assembly plants. This isn't good for the U.S. economy. What are they going to do? Resulting in massive layoffs, all due to Bidenomics. And plus, let's face it, nobody wants these electric vehicles from Ford or anywhere, really. I mean, there's a few diehard electric vehicle fans, but man, it is for someone like me, I'm just not into it at all. Yeah, they're fast. Yeah, they're cool. Yes, they're novel. Are they practical? Are they great? In my opinion, I don't like it. Okay, I just don't. We're seeing banks teetering. Shares of Japanese bank Azora are collapsing. Stocks on steepest two-day drop since it became a public company. Why? Bank reported massive exposure to U.S. commercial real estate. Why is that a red flag? So they announced exposure to U.S. commercial real estate and then just saw a steep plunge downward. What they call a death candle, if you will. Wow. Well, that's because the U.S. Commercial real estate is not looking good. Biden's out there trying to make it seem like they're trying to do everything they can for us. Joe Biden blasts grocery stores for ripping people off and vows to pressure them on pricing during a speech in South Carolina. Conservative social media users respond with fire. Yeah, Joe is like, these pesky companies are really ripping you off. It has nothing to do with me or the economy or nothing else. It's them, and I'm going to hold them accountable. Don't worry, folks. Right. Yeah. Does anybody believe that? Let's see here. Roxy says, remember, a boring life is a blessing. Oh, we saw that. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's get on with it. Just remember, I'm going to tell you guys another way to stay happy. Somebody mentioned gratitude and all this stuff. That's great. But some of you might say, Vince, this sounds like a lot of commie gobbledygook. But I'm going to say it. Pay it forward. Pay it forward, right? Help others. This is a wonderful thing. Let's watch this little clip.
I'd like to pay for the guy's meal behind me, too. You know, just pay it forward.
Oh, wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll catch on.
All right, well, you have a great day, sir.
Stop! Please let me go! Please let me go first! I'm doing something!
Hi, can I take your order?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Okay, that'll be $680.
Okay. Shit. Hey! Hey, come on, what the hell's going on up there?
Not paying it.
You have to! The guy did it for you!
You're the guy.
Oh, just do it, you're rich! What?
Hey, what the hell's going on up there?
This guy's trying to start a pay it forward chain.
55 burgers.
Ah,
55 fries,
shit!
55
Look what you did, you rich little fuck! Come on!
All right, just a little levity. Pay it forward. I mean, not in that way, but you know what I mean. All right, let's move on with it here. That's enough finance for the day. What do y'all say? Let's move on. I've noticed this, and a couple friends of mine pointed it out. Things are kind of unraveling in the rap world and the corruption there. And there's always conspiracy surrounding that. Am I right? And we're starting to see some interesting developments. I'm not following it entirely closely, and I have probably a half dozen videos queued up right now to look at. And who knows when I'll get to them. But my gosh, maybe this weekend. Here's a video of Cat Williams in 2024 talking about all lies being exposed. And let's listen to this.
Business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. It's business saying.
Okay. I love that, you know. He says, if somebody takes that the wrong way, understand why they're taking it the wrong way. Just a powerful statement right there. I mean, you can't oppose that because, man, that doesn't look good. No, it doesn't. And things are unraveling for a lot of these rap artists and whatnot. And props for Cat Williams for coming out there. Something pretty phenomenal. I'll repost that on X now since I didn't earlier. Holy moly. Onward. I may do an episode on this separate from this morning show on all this Hollywood drama, if you will. Can we call it Hollywood? Music industry, Hollywood, actors, musicians, rappers, blackmail, crazy stuff, conspiracy, maybe conspirafact. I don't know what we call it. Facts, just straight up facts. I don't know. Allegations. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And there's people who specialize in this kind of research. Maybe I could get in touch with some of them on this and do a little collaboration here. Anyway, onward. Video of a Boston man fed up has been going a bit viral. And just like Cat Williams just said, this goes beyond race. This is a good/evil thing, okay? And I believe that. This Boston man happens to be a black man. He is just yelling at police because they've turned a recreational center in a predominantly black area into a facility to house illegals. And he's just like, hey, man, this is affecting my community. What's going on here? Have you guys lost your minds? What is this?
Hey, don't equal to live fucking here. And I've been here my whole fucking because I can yell. Because I can yell. Because I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why.
I hear you. I do hear you.
So why can't I get in the fucking building?
Because you can't get in right now. No one can go in.
Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all, this fucking town's a fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab. Y'all don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. Y'all raised the fucking rent so fucking high.
So he goes on, man. He is pissed. They're housing illegals and they're being protected by the Boston police. And look, I love police. I think it's a wonderful service, and I thank the officers in my neighborhood every chance I can. And that goes for fire. That goes for everybody that's doing a good public service, and at the cost of something that is worth it's priceless, right? I do value that. However, when I see this corruption, and I see it as corruption, if I was an officer, and this is I actually wanted to be a police officer when I was in high school, and I did a police academy for high school credit, and I graduated, and it has like 70% of the people don't graduate because it's physical training and all this stuff, and it's intense. So a lot of people drop out. I did it, and I could have become I could have gotten into police after that. I decided not to, and I don't regret that decision. And I honor people who do it, because I mean, you're, I guess, stronger than I am. But the way I saw it was I could see the corruption with some of the officers, even detectives. I did it just because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I was really considering going further, but I never did. Instead, I got into the aerospace industry and manufacturing and engineering, which I did for almost 10 years. But I decided not to do it. But part of me was like, maybe I could go in there and do good, and I could change it from the inside, and it'll be wonderful. I'm glad I didn't, because I think it's more difficult than it's easier said than done. And when I see police officers, if I was given this assignment, hey, go protect the illegal immigrants, we're going to shut this community center down and just make sure, all the migrants are cool. To me, that's not moral. I'd probably lose my job, because I'm not interested in doing that to my community at all. No way. And a lot of these officers have families and this kind of thing, so they just roll over, or maybe they don't think about it. I'm not sure, or brainwashing, who knows? But it saddens me to see this kind of thing in our communities. And it's just the way it is. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I don't want to disrespect police, but man, this doesn't seem right. This just doesn't seem right. And this guy in Boston apparently is fed up, clearly. Onward. we've got all the farmers, man, Belgian, Dutch, etc., etc. They're teaming up and they're protesting the globalist policies still. And that is going strong for sure. We're not going to go through all the videos. It's the same stuff, but this deserves its own show, really. All these protests that are continually developing. I think we may see, hopefully nothing too bad, but I mean, farmer protests in history have led to even massacres and such. It's not the first time in history we've seen this kind of thing from struggles of the farmer, but it appears the globalists want to take over the food supply, and not just in Europe, but in the US and around the world. And it's quite alarming. So I'm glad farmers are standing up, and I hope it has a happy ending. I really do. Onward here. The Center of American Experiment, a Minnesota think tank, has said, quoting John Hinderaker, the president of CAE, quote, and they're talking about fires because a fire at a building housing 3 conservative organizations is being investigated as arson. And this John Hinderaker, the president of the Center of American Experiment, said the fires were obviously set by someone. They targeted conservative organizations. They didn't firebomb the chiropractors or psychologists or manufacturers alliance. We are working with authorities to try to identify the perpetrators. And firebombs were thrown at 3 conservative organizations. And this is hardly being covered. This was over the weekend. A building housing 3 of the most prominent conservative organizations in Minnesota was set on fire. And interestingly, Representative Andy Smith responded to it. And allegedly, because this is deleted now, I couldn't confirm, but Greg Price says that Rep. Andy Smith, and he screenshotted it, retweeted this news about these fires with a GIF saying Ryan started the fire, a GIF from The Office. Representative Andy Smith then, I think he deleted his account. Yeah. He deleted his account 5 minutes after Greg Price pointed it out, which is just really, I mean, what? How is this? I mean, this would be like instant investigations. What is going on here? Can we get some real justice in here, please? Oh, onward. We had a huge gas explosion in Kenya. A gas station exploded yesterday. Initial reports say 165 injured. Probably, I think I saw numbers of 300 plus, many deaths as well. And we're seeing this kind of infrastructure damage around the world, even in the States. Nothing exploded this large in the States, but holy moly. No audio. We don't want to hear people screaming. I mean, that's just too much. But look at this huge explosion on the horizon. Absolutely devastating. Scary stuff. Many people injured. In the United States, we had a large power outage at a BP refinery. It prompted evacuations. And I was wondering, and I haven't seen an update to this. Maybe we could do a quick search or see if there's an update here. But here we have Roz alerts notifying us of this case. Whiting, Indiana. Currently, numerous emergency crews are responding to a large power outage at a BP refinery in Whiting, Indiana. This was posted yesterday at 12:35 p.m. And I don't see an update here. Let's see if we could find one. I was curious. I mean, don't they have an emergency backup power supply? Usually big manufacturing facilities will have some kind of backup power supply for power outages, because every minute they are not operating, they're losing money. So usually they have some kind of backup. What is going on here to where that didn't initiate? Or maybe there's something logistically I don't understand about refineries to where that's not possible. But It's wildly concerning. And I don't see any updates here. Are they back up? Any updates? Power loss forces BP to shut down the biggest U.S. Midwest refinery. Let's see if Reuters has an update on the story here. Come on. What's going on here? You're not going to load the article at all, huh? What's up with that? Whoa. It's led to chimney fires at the facility. I don't see an update. Staff were evacuated. The flaring and smoke are the result of safety measures to prevent excess gas buildup in the event of a power outage. Days before the outage, the plant sent cancer-causing benzene and hydrogen sulfide into the air when cold weather caused valves to crack, according to WVPE 88.1. Sounds like a radio station. Interesting. I don't know. We'll have to wait for an update on this if they're how it's going over there. But this is our infrastructure being damaged left and right, not just in the US, but globally. We saw the chicken farm on fire. We've seen this over and over and over again. And every time it happens, it's just less for our food supply or energy supply. While it's hugely concerning. Good morning, Army Rangers. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Let's get on with it, folks. Let's talk a little bit about some politics. Biden, I mean, you guys, maybe Biden's a good guy. Maybe he is. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Biden's a good guy? I mean, listen to him. He sounds like a pretty good guy here. Let's listen. Just hear him out. Just hear him out.
At a moment of deep division in our nation, President Lincoln said, "We are not enemies." He said, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies," he went on to say. I've long believed we have to look at each other, even in our most challenging times, not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Scripture tells us the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. I believe that's our collective calling today. At a moment of deep division.
Come together, everybody. What do you think about that one? Good gracious. Lisa's nope. Hey, what's up, Black Jester? Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I don't believe it. They say he's tearing up and asking for a truce with Republicans. I mean, how much more desperate can you get? I'm a victim. We need to come together. Why are they being so mean to me? Nope, not falling for it, bud. We've got good news. Jack Smith's election interference case against Trump has been removed from the court calendar and postponed indefinitely. The trial was supposed to be next month, but it looks like the case isn't going to trial this year or ever. A big win for Trump. That could be it. It could be gone. Bye-bye. Wow. So I'm sure Trump did a little dance after that one. Probably wasn't surprised. But that's good news there. Good news for today, Friday. Trump sounding the alarm over Biden. He says if Biden gets elected, you won't have an auto worker working in the United States. Everything is going over to China and other countries outside. This electric car mandate is insane. And we already saw this, we already saw this all happen once. We saw countries leaving the states before Trump, going to Mexico, going to China, outsourcing their manufacturing and reducing the workforce or work opportunities for Americans. After Trump became president, what did we see? Did you guys notice any companies bringing manufacturing back to the States, closing down the plants in Mexico, closing down the plants in China, and then, or India or wherever, and then coming back to the States? I think Trump's absolutely right. He wants that to happen here. He wants to be America first. Imagine that. That was on Fox News. Onward. We have information about an attorney. Disbarred attorney jailed for bribery testifies that he gave James Biden, that's Crooked Joe's brother, $800,000 in loans, and he only got half back. So he loaned James Biden $800,000, was only repaid $400,000. And this is, I guess, an example of the swamp falling apart and stabbing each other in the back. And as things get worse, I think we're going to see more of this. A lot of these swamp creatures jumping ship and trying to protect themselves and take deals as things start to unravel. New York Post wrote this article. A disbarred Mississippi attorney who served prison time for bribery told investigators on the House impeachment inquiry Thursday that he gave first brother James Biden $800,000 in loans, but only got $400,000 back, presenting a new twist in the wide-ranging inquiry. Joey Langston said in a closed-door deposition that, quote, he does not have any documentation or records of such loans, according to a source familiar with the testimony. Langston said he made 4 loans to James in 2016, 1 in 2017, and possibly others at additional points in time. Langston was unsuccessfully trying to overturn his bribery conviction in court in 2016. It's unclear if he was seeking a federal pardon from President Barack Obama during Obama's final year in office. The massive financial aid from Langston to the then second brother introduces a new element of intrigue to the impeachment inquiry into alleged Biden family corruption. This is probably just the tippy tip of an iceberg that is causing panic in the Biden crime family. Who else is going to come forward? I think Hunter should come forward and redeem himself. I think he should get clean. I think he should blow the whistle, and I think he should do the right thing. So Hunter, come on, do the right thing, buddy. You got to just come out here with the facts, and hopefully the courts will take it easy on you. But I think the American people are going to get to the bottom of all the crime and deception and corruption, and things are going to be on the upswing here. So maybe we'll see some of the swamp creatures cooperate. I don't know. A little optimism there. What do you guys think? We'll see, huh? That's my favorite phrase of the year. We shall see. Thank you, RPG, for the 2 ice cream. Top fan. RPG, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Black Jester and Lisa all coming in with generous donations. Thank you all so much. Hey, Sassy Girl 2. Congratulations, Vince. You're doing an amazing job. And hi from Chicago. Well, thank you for tuning in from Chicago. And thank you so much, Sassy Girl. Good to see you. All right. Onward here. Let's see what else we got. More good news. Unscrupulous Fulton County DA Fannie Willis subpoenaed by House Republican. Here we go. Fannie Willis, the walls are closing in. The Gateway Pundit reports the House Judiciary Committee subpoenaed unscrupulous Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney Fannie Willis to turn over documents from her office following the recent reports of her corrupt activities as Fulton County DA. Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan tweeted this out yesterday. Did Fannie Willis misuse federal grant money for personal benefit? Did she misuse Georgia taxpayer money for personal benefit? Why aren't Democrats asking these questions? On Friday, Jordan slapped a subpoena on Willis for failing to comply with document requests related to allegations that Willis fired a whistleblower who tried to stop a top campaign aide from misusing federal funds. Willis's office has reportedly condemned the request, and we'll just have to wait and see how this develops going forward. We'll follow it. We'll keep a finger on that story. A little bit of good news here, a little bit of good news there. Maybe we'll have a good year and a positive future, but my gosh, I hope so. We've got Michigan files coming out. Detroit, Michigan 2020 election. A DOJ official conveyed alarming allegations of ballot fraud in Detroit and requested FBI look into this, please. And so this is unfolding. We have Yehuda Miller, Bergen County, New Jersey Republican county committee member, following this closely and posting things regarding this. Somebody says, so the DOJ and the FBI both knew. Let's see, part 2 here. Detroit election 2020. The Attorney General's office spoke to the FBI about a complaint relating to the TCF Center. Quote, it's not going to be in their lane or ours in terms of apparent criminal actions. The Michigan Department of State may want to call and try and head this off. So there was apparent criminal actions in quotes. Whose lane should it be in? Not the FBI, not the DOJ? Huh. Another one. They were on our radar. Oh, gosh. So is this election fraud being swept under the rug by intelligence agencies? Maybe. Maybe, huh? My goodness. Michigan files. Interesting. I mean, more election fraud. This isn't a new story. We all know. Choose your state and you can have election fraud files from that state, I think, is kind of what I'm thinking. All right. Thank you, Roxy. All right, let's see what else we got here. Uh-oh. Here we go. Alex Jones is posting this, and I think it's important. He put out a terror alert. He says that a secret FBI memo warns Border Patrol to brace for imminent white supremacist attack. Let's watch the first little bit of this video put out by Alex Jones, and let's see.
We've got a great team on the border right now, Chase Geyser and some amazing other people. I'm not going to say their names. And they met with good federal agents today who showed them the memo that they're saying imminent white supremacist attacks in Eagle Pass. Now, whether that's a real threat or not, the point is good people gave us this information. It fits into the whole Biden narrative to demonize the American people and to try to legitimize a totally open border and all the crime and all the sex trafficking that's happening. So obviously, we believe it's probably a false flag. There are some actual crazy people out there as well in this whole crisis that America is in right now. I'd say 90% chance that, yeah, they're probably provocateurs. But regardless, this is real intel. This is real information. We've got crew down there right now. We're reporting on it all at Infowars.com/show. I'll be on the air tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central on my regular show, covering it all as well. But our crew is down there at the border. And this comes directly from high-level sources. So this is major breaking news that the feds have told the major Border Patrol facility there in South Texas, prepare for imminent white supremacist attack on the Border Patrol. So we're getting this out ahead of time. Hopefully this exposure will stop it if it's actually a real plan. I don't know all the answers. I don't know if it's a false flag. I don't know if it's false info from the feds. I don't know if it's a real. I don't know. But the report from the feds and the memo is 100% real. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's pray for the Border Patrol and others down there. And just thank God we got eyes and ears on this. We're going to stop this. God bless and good luck.
Thank you, Alex Jones. So, take it with a grain of salt. Like he said, he doesn't know. It's just it's a rumor from good sources. It fits the narrative perfectly. I do agree. And I pray that doesn't happen. But we got to keep our head on a swivel, be careful. And I'll be listening to Alex Jones. And by the way, Alex Jones is back on Twitter, x.com. @RealAlexJones. Follow him. He's posting a lot. He's posting videos. He's posting thoughts. He's doing all kinds of cool stuff. So that's really exciting. I'm happy to see that. If only we could get some more people on there like Trump and all of y'all. Make sure you go on x.com. Follow me. I mean, it's a really wonderful place since Elon's taken control of it. Thank you, Black Jester. Happy Friday to you too. All right. And in other news, I don't know if this will come into anything important, but U.S. officials are set to visit Colombia next week for a high-level meeting as tensions with Venezuela continue to escalate. So we'll see what comes out of that. U.S. officials going to Colombia next week. We'll wait and see. The word is that Ukraine Let's go into a little bit of global news, a little bit of world news. Ukraine published a video showing major sea drone attack of a Russian ship off of Crimea. ZeroHedge.com reported saying this yesterday. Even as the front lines are stalled and look bleak, Ukrainian forces have continued to strike both deep into Russian territory and against naval assets along the Crimea coast. These attacks have done nothing to change the tide of the war from a strategic standpoint, but it seems born out of Kyiv's desire to inflict revenge on Russia and keep up pressure on President Putin. Ukraine's military intelligence, GUR, on Thursday announced that sea drones attacked and sank a Russian corvette in the Black Sea overnight. The GUR claimed that the ship, identified as the Russian Tarantul-class Ivanovets missile corvette, was taken out while traveling in the western part of Crimea near Lake Donoslav. Ukraine Foreign Minister official Alexander Sherba called the attack impressive and told the BBC at 1:45 GMT there was the first hit, and at 4 the whole crew was evacuated already, so there was no chance that at all that this vessel would be saved. Ukraine's military intelligence subsequently released a video of the suicide sea drones approaching the ship. The video indicates that the Ivanovets received direct hits to its hull, and was irreparably damaged. There's the possibility that Ukraine may have had help from the US or UK intelligence services in the attack, as with other high-level operations involving advanced military technology. Ukraine further said the vessel sunk afterward, and this is the video that they posted, a thermal video of the approach by these drones. There's the ship. Ukrainian forces released video footage that purports to show the moment they hit a Russian missile ship. Here's more. Ukrainian forces say they have destroyed the Russian ship from the Black Sea Fleet. They said it received direct hits to the hull overnight, after which it sank, and there's an explosion on the water in the distance. Oh, goodness gracious. War. Not pretty. Can't we just have a little peace, a little bit of peace in the world? Anyway. In more war news, Britain is to test fire a nuclear missile with a dummy warhead. A dummy warhead. I hope it really is a dummy warhead. And this is just more escalations. Missile tests. It's going to be from a submarine in the Atlantic, according to the Telegraph. And this is going to see responses from other countries. I mean, we already see North Korea firing so many missiles. Rocket Man is just really putting out rocket after rocket after rocket. I think just yesterday I saw they fired a couple missiles off the west coast of North Korea. This is like every other day, missiles. North Korea. I'm talking about North Korea. Now we've got Britain test firing a nuclear missile. Oh, my gosh, if they go nuclear, this is not going to be pretty. It already isn't pretty, but it's escalating more and more and more day by day. The U.S. Space Force has come out, according to News Target, and said that China and Russia are concealing threats posed by their satellites. It says here, China and Russia have reportedly launched dual-purpose satellites that could be used for non-offensive and offensive strategies, according to a report by the U.S. Space Force. According to the U.S. Space Force report titled Competing in Space, Moscow and Beijing are designing and testing counter-space weapons to, quote, deny, disrupt, or destroy satellites and space services. It added that the two adversaries, quote, often mask or conceal these activities to avoid international condemnation. And they go into details on numbers of satellites, et cetera, in this report. News Target covered. If you want to see more of that, newstarget.com. China, Russia conceal attack threats. American assets, keywords. All right, Operation Groundhog. That's the title of today's show because of this next story. Biden signs off on Operation Groundhog. The Gateway Pundit reports bombing meaningless targets in Syria and Iraq. U.S. fires missiles on Syria airbase. 59 Tomahawk missiles used, fired from 2 warships in the Mediterranean. The Gateway Pundit writes, I do not know if the U.S. will launch its military response to a recent attack on the U.S. base in Jordan on Groundhog's Day, but the target selection is a real-world imitation of Bill Murray's iconic movie Groundhog's Day. To understand what Biden is going to do, we need to only go back and remind ourselves of what Barack Obama tried to do in 2013 and when Donald Trump did in Syria in 2017. Do you remember the fake sarin gas attacks allegedly carried out by Syria in 2013 and 2017? A lot of people say it was false flags. I'm adding the false flag bit, but that's what they wrote. Not the false flag bit. They wrote about the gas attacks. Anyway, they say here, quote, both incidents were staged by Western intelligence operatives working with Syrian opposition groups in order to create a pretext for attacking Syria's military. Anyway, we see this ramping up. Whew. Let's talk a little bit about health. Let's talk a little bit about health. And I'm forgetting something. I do want to cover this. I'm going to have to pull it up. We'll start with something coming out here soon. Let me pull it up real quick if you would just wait 1 second here. We've got Erin Elizabeth teaming up with a new show or documentary with Dr. McCullough. It is going to be free for a limited time. Millions will be watching. This isn't the first premiere of a documentary with Dr. McCullough. What they are doing is talking about ivermectin, how to heal from vaccine injury, long COVID, weight gain, and autoimmune disease, hormone issues, and finally fix your body. The link is below, and I will retweet this. And you've got to sign up to watch it. It will be free for a 24-hour period. It's called The Heavy Movie. At theheavymovie.com is where you can sign up and watch this. I'll be signing up and watching this. Why don't we watch? We're not going to watch this because we're running out of time. But theheavymovie.com, premiering in 12 days and 8 hours. And there will be 107 the world's top wellness experts to learn why detox is no longer a luxury but a necessity. So they're talking about detox. This will be an interesting one. I'm curious to see what they say, what kind of information they provide of the latest and greatest on all of these experts' opinions on staying healthy, detoxifying, and taking care of ourselves. So you could follow Erin Elizabeth Health Nut News, etc., and check that out. Onward. Let's look at a couple of these things. I couldn't believe this. I mean, this is just absurd, some of the health stuff we see trending. This article snapshot here just blew my mind. Anti-woke economic terrorists have now wiped out $5 trillion in stock value. Anti-ESG hysteria driven by online hate platforms has disproportionately eroded portfolios of color and sabotaged our planet's future. Call it what it is, terrorism. So they're saying here that anti-woke economic terrorists have wiped out a lot of money in stock value. I think they're talking about people not wanting to support Bud Light, people not wanting to support Facebook, people not buying into Netflix and Disney and all these woke companies. It's terrorism. And I'm like, so shopping at small shops and becoming more self-sufficient is bad? I don't think so. That's what I'm sticking to. I'm growing more food. I'm going to raise animals. I'm going to shop locally and support small businesses. This is gaslighting to say that is a bad thing. That is insane. basically, and I love this comment by Cost on X. They said, or Copy Who as well. Copy said, "This is mystifying propaganda. It's like psychotic crybabies bemoaning that we don't let them kill us." And yeah, I mean, I agree with that, man. We had this interesting video that Dr. Drew was highlighted in by Elon Musk last night. Elon Musk says Dr. Drew gets it. And I'm a little bit sensitive on this. Dr. Drew really upset me in the beginning of the pandemic where he was just completely sound asleep. I don't know. There's always the question, is it ignorance or is it evil? I don't know. But it just bothered me that he's pushing. He was really pro Fauci. Oh, I love Fauci. He's done so much for AIDS. Oh, yeah. Oh, the pandemic. Make sure you get your shots, everybody. Oh, well, I could, this is my opinion, whatever. He was way off target for years. And now he's just starting to wake up after talking with certain people and learning. And so this video is positive. It takes a long time for people to wake up, but let's hear what Dr. Drew has to say.
How much did your political evolution shift because of the COVID craziness? Because when I had you on last time in studio, it was still in LA, so it's about over 2.5 years ago, you were still sort of saying some nice things about Fauci, and I know you guys have a history. I sense you've shifted a bit on that. Or at least you're amenable to some other ideas.
I am open to everything now. I'm open to things that I never thought I would have been open to. And I really think that the door fully came open. I've realized that everything in the news is BS. Everything. There is nothing that I can consume on any legacy media that I can trust. And that is shocking and that's disturbing. And it makes you wonder how long it's been going on for. And I'm concerned it might have been a very long time.
Yeah. Was there a straw that broke the camel's back on that specifically?
Yes. Yeah. I was going to tell you that my interview with my first interview with RFK Jr., he was so reasonable and so smart and so many interesting ideas and enlightened me to this cozy relationship between the regulators and the pharma companies, which I really wasn't aware of. I mean, I can't let a pharma company representative into my office to give me a pen with a drug name on it, and yet those guys are living together and cross-pollinating jobs. I mean, that's mind-boggling to me. Yeah. So, and that he had a very sensible, didn't necessarily fully agree with it, but a sensible idea about vaccine research that he would like to push forward. Not that vaccines are bad. His family's all vaccinated. My family's all vaccinated. And at the end of that interview, he said something to me. I've met him now many times since then. He goes, "Oh my goodness, Drew, you are so courageous to talk to me." And I thought, it blew me back in my chair. I thought, I need courage to have a conversation with an adult in a public setting. And he was right. This is a time where I didn't realize how much speech was being suppressed, how much was being manipulated, how much. Then what happened after that was the Twitter files, and I started seeing what's going on. And it's just been to me this is all reprehensible. And what has happened as a result, I don't think I've shifted my political views. I've just really I never imagined I'd be in this point in my life at this age and place in my career. Freedom and freedom fighting and the courage to stand up for it have been the most important thing in my life right now. And that's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. I live in the United States of America and I have to worry about freedoms. I have to fight for freedom. That is an insanity.
He says he hopes it's something that'll pass soon there in the end. Sorry, I cut it off a second early. And look, he's absolutely right. Dr. Drew's right here. And we had a comment by RPG. They said, he realized he's been found out. Yeah, maybe that was it. I said maybe he got too much pushback and then he kind of changed his tune and did the research and talked to experts. But, maybe, this doesn't mean, oh, I trust Dr. Drew now. Yeah, I trust Dr. Drew. No way. Forrest, right on the nail right there. Whatever, you know what I mean. Beware of those who say all the right things. Absolutely. Do I trust Dr. Drew now? Absolutely not. This could be a scam. I mean, he could be trying to lull people in. Hey, look, I woke up, everybody. Listen to me. You could believe what I say now and kind of say all the right things and then slip in some bad things to try to control, right? That's how it works. It's deceptive. It's crazy. I'm not saying that's what he's doing. I'm just saying it's possible. People do this kind of thing. Can't trust anybody. That's for sure. Take everything with a grain of salt. and not table salt. That stuff's terrible for you. Make sure you're getting good quality salt. Bad joke. Let's close it here for the day. And I'll leave you guys with that little jingle. I think next week we may have a different outro, but right now we've got this nice Tiger Blood outro with Trump. So please enjoy it. Make sure you hit the like buttons, leave some comments on what you do to how you stay busy, how you stay healthy, how you stay happy. And is happiness overrated? I mean, is it just a big scam? I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. I think. Anyway, let me know what you think about happiness on YouTube, on Rumble. Leave some comments, and I'll get back to you. I appreciate that. Everybody have a great, productive Friday. Maybe I'll do some shows this weekend. I'll definitely be on Twitch doing some chess live streams. I had a really great checkmate on a game yesterday afternoon that I played. So if you go to my website and follow me on Twitch, the Vince Show 2024, I just stream chess over there, and it's just my recreational BS chess games. It's a good time, though. I have a lot of fun doing it. I have 3 subscribers. So if you want to be my 4th, you go to my website, go to Twitch, subscribe, and you can catch me on the weekends playing chess. You can challenge me to games. It's a good time, I promise. But until then, everybody, until Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, unless I go live this weekend or tonight, or you come tune into Twitch, I'll see you then on Monday. Take care. God bless and Godspeed.
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
'24 may be the year of a black swan event.
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."